Hello?
Hello, is this Gabe?
Yeah.
Gabe, how are you? This is Paul, outside our Tackle Box radio show and podcast. We have Tommy here in the studio. He made it.
Hey, what's going on, Gabe? Yeah, he's right. I did make it.
Hey. Hey, how's it going?
It's going
all right.
good. We are here on a radio show, so that can't complain. We enjoy doing it. Welcome to Fish Story. The idea behind the
Thanks
show...
for having me.
Oh, absolutely. Anytime.
Yes, the idea behind the show is to spread happiness to the world through the joys of fishing. And you sent in a photo with quite
a stringer.
Yes, it looks like your friend there too has quite a bit of fish, and so we want to hear where you caught the fish, what bait you were using, and the size of the fish if you know it.
Yeah, that's actually my nephew Danny. He came down from Idaho.
Nice.
And we're down in San Diego, actually in Escondido, and we were at Dixon Lake. And we were at the Derby that day on a Friday, and he actually won first place with that little beast.
Oh wow!
I was gonna say that little beast.
Yeah, that it was.
Yeah.
That's a big one.
7.2, I believe, a rainbow trout, and we had a good time that day.
What were you guys using for bait? I mean, were you just using like worms, power bait? What were you guys?
Tommy and I are big trout fishermen, so we love to hear stories of. And this is local too. This is somewhere we can actually drive
local,
to. Yeah, we're about 2 hours south of us.
Yeah, we're up in Orange County.
We're in Huntington Beach,
so we're not too far from you.
Okay, yeah, no, it's just the down south from us.
Nice little cruise.
It was a derby, so they stocked it pretty well. So we were just using jigs, mini jigs. There's a local guy around here. He makes his jigs. We're using the hookup baits.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys heard of that guy, but
hookup, yeah.
We're using his hookup baits, yellow, and my nephew was just killing him with that thing. And we didn't use any power bait because they were pretty active. They were out towards the middle of the lake, which was kind of unusual for the trout because they usually like the little coves and stuff. So we were just using mini jigs all day long.
Nice.
Yeah, it's always fun.
As I get older, I start using power bait a little bit more often. But,
yeah. I mean, we try. We're just being like trout fishermen, like Paul had said that we are as well. We try to steer clear of the power bait. It does work.
Well, we do a lot of stillwater fishing, mostly because Tommy's lazy. He'll just throw like a bait in the water and then go to sleep on the boat.
Yes, that is a true story. We went up to the Sierras and I got tired. And because we
just shared a photo on the I'm an Outsider fishing group, and it was him taking a nap.
Real quick. Let's go back a little bit to that story, and I apologize, Gabe, for interfering with yours.
Well, Gabe's our last caller, so he could be as long as he would like.
So long as he chooses. Okay, yeah. So a little bit of backstory. We decided to go up to the Sierras this past opener, and Paul goes, okay, we'll go up there, I'll drive, and then we'll swap. He drove.
We shut down the company because
we shut down the company. We shut down for the weekend, for a few days, and this one decides, okay, I'm going to drive. So he drives up there for about an hour and a half. We got to Palmdale.
Yeah, okay, so you're going to tell the story about how I only drove like an hour and said you drive the rest of the way.
And I drove the rest of the way, all the way up to Mammoth, all the way up to June Lake. We went up to June Lake. We get there, and I'm dog tired. And we just pull into the parking lot. We end up we just slept in the car.
My buddy told me the wrong room.
Yeah.
On purpose. So I walk into somebody else's room, and it's all these fishermen. It's like a whole, but it's a group, and We find out later that he was
It
just
was a
messing
joke.
with us,
And
and
so-
so but we had to sleep in the car the
We
first
slept
night.
in the car the first night.
So we
and
totally
then,
got pranked.
Wow.
Yeah, and then, so, mind you, again, I drove like 5 hours, slept in the car. This guy was sleeping most of the way up, then slept in the car.
I'm a great co-pilot
And
like
then,
that.
yeah, and then he has the nerve to make fun of me because we're on the boat and I put some power bait on the hook and
And
I
he goes
cast
to
it out.
sleep.
And I fell asleep on the boat.
Yeah.
And I actually reeled in a fish while laying down.
I like that. All you could have said was I was tired, but you
No, I
you
had to
spent
give
the
him the whole
last
story.
2 minutes
I had to tell the whole
explaining
story.
how you were
How you're
just tired.
You just gave up on me the whole way. And then you're like, oh, look at Tom, so lazy. He's catching fish laying down. Yeah, I drove the whole way.
So my version of that story is that he's asleep on the boat. He gets a fish on the line, but he's sleeping. I yell at him and I say, "Hey, you got a fish?" He just rolls over and
Yes.
starts reeling.
And I brought
And
Wow.
I happened to catch him in that moment, and I took a picture, and so I was explaining to everybody. I'm so glad he shared that photo because I was like, you have to hear how he caught that. He was asleep.
I didn't even move. I just kind of rolled over, reeled it up. But yeah, no. But yeah, like I was saying, like when we do a lot of still water fishing, we'll use the power bait, but most of the time we try to use
Well, we
little
get people.
jigs.
We get people who make their own power bait, and we like to test the products before
We
we
do.
put them in our
We do.
boxes. And so we use a little bit of everything. And I'm a power bait guy too. But I prefer catching them on
On the lure, on the
on
jig,
the
on
lure, and I think it's just fun. There's a little bit more activity.
Yeah. It is fun. It is fun. You're casting, and it's a little bit more work. You have to work at it, and I like that challenge.
Exactly,
You're
exactly.
just sitting there waiting for it to
Yeah.
come.
Honestly, some
Yeah,
of them,
understand.
I love catching them on like a spinnerbait, like a rooster tail or something like that, because something about that bite just seems a little bit more vicious when they hit it.
Yeah.
It's
That's
a
true.
little bit more exciting. It's just rather than just watching your rod tip a little bit, it's more fun to just feel it, bam, hit.
Yeah. Yeah.
But no, I
Yeah.
that's awesome. So you guys were
We haven't been to Dixon.
You know what? You guys should come down. It's a good lake for bass fishing too.
Oh,
It's it's my favorite lake down here to go bass fishing.
nice.
They have really nice, good size. Average is about 3 pounds, and yeah, it's good lake. Good lake. You guys should try it.
Is
There's
best
several lakes down here.
is it
I'm sorry.
boat or shore or just kind of everywhere? You know what? If we go down there, 'cause it's so
Everywhere.
close, we're gonna give you a call and just be like, "Where do we go?" Or when are you
Definitely,
going?
definitely.
Yeah, let's just meet up. Where are we
Yeah,
going?
definitely.
First off, where's a good spot for breakfast
Definitely.
burritos?
Yes.
And the next spot is where's
Where's
their
the liquor
beer?
store?
And then where's the lake?
Yeah, where are the fish?
Where are the fish?
Yeah.
We need footage.
Escondido Anejos is the restaurant you guys should go hit up. It's
See?
a bar and grill.
There we go.
It's still that's in Escondido. And
Gabe,
yeah,
Gabe
just give
was
me a call
ready
when
to
you guys
answer
come
all
down
those
here.
questions. That's awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, for
yeah.
sure. We would definitely come down and fish with you, Gabe, and
Yeah.
just have a good
Anytime.
time. And
you guys were always welcome to come down here. I actually live in. I just moved up to Temecula, which is 30 minutes away from here, and
Yeah.
there's several.
Oh, you're moving closer to us.
yeah,
I'm headed to
Yeah.
Riverside, kind of Moreno Valley on the way out there today. I got a Christmas party.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
we visit Temecula at the wineries and
oh yeah,
yeah, the wife.
yeah.
Yeah,
She
I
likes
live in
it.
I live in Old Town, so on weekends it gets pretty crazy over here.
Oh yeah.
To go party or to listen to live music, it's awesome down here.
Yeah, see, you're close to us, man.
He's a
We
local.
definitely,
Yeah.
we should just definitely get together. Yeah, there's a couple of lakes.
Definitely.
There's a couple of lakes. Up in like Redlands that we go to. There's Yucaipa.
Diamond Valley.
there's-
We've done Diamond Valley.
Yeah,
Lake
I mean,
too.
you can just shoot straight up and go
A
that
lot
way.
of small little the small parks too. We do a lot of that
Oh, yeah.
stuff.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of cool little things around there. But yeah, no, definitely, Gabe. We'll have to give you a call. We'll get together. We'll have some beers.
Did
We'll have
we
some
give
burritos.
Gabe his fish story? Because he?
I don't know. I felt like we were talking.
We did. We just started talking like we were talking to our buddies. But I don't. We don't want to take away from Gabe's fish story. I know that he was telling us about his.
Gabe unwillingly became one of our
Oh,
buddies.
we'll have plenty of time to share stories. Definitely.
Yes, and he's more than welcome to come back anytime on the radio.
Yes, please come back. And if you had a fish story that we interrupted, feel free to tell us, and you could go back to it because we just kind of went sideways. We made a left at Albuquerque.
we did.
No, that's all right. There's a lot of stories that I'd like to share, and probably take the rest of your day to hear them. But
we do have
one of my favorites is
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Look at me interrupting. I finally gave it back to Gabe, and I interrupted again.
Yeah.
Well, I was just going to say that we do have a fish story blog as well, and so we have the radio show, which is broadcast pretty much all over the world. We have a following in Germany. Most of our following is in the States.
Yeah.
And so if you want to say hi to anybody, this is going to go up on iHeartRadio, iTunes,
Spotify.
It's all the platforms that we're on. We just got picked up on iHeartRadio, so people are going to be able to listen to.
Oh, nice.
And then we're live. We're live via our website, so we do have listeners tune in and tuning in all over, really.
Yeah.
Big following on the East Coast. I mean, we have a lot here too, but it seems like
you have people on the East Coast listening to you right now, Gabe. You have people even possibly in Germany right now.
I don't know what time it is there.
I don't know what time it is either over there. I'm not that smart to figure it out.
I mean, I guess we could look it up on our phones, but we won't.
No,
we're just going to assume they're listening. And I don't know German.
No, I don't know German.
When you sneeze, you say Gesundheit.
I know how to say wonderful. And
then I didn't even know that. I was going to say like Heineken.
You're a moron.
Is that? It's probably not. It's probably not even. That's like Belgian, right?
No.
Wrong spot.
Yeah.
I'm figured. Yeah. It feels like it's wrong.
You're better off just saying Oktoberfest.
Okay.
But anyway,
So I feel like it just was like talking to one of our buddies. This is great.
That's honestly, Gabe. Like I said, talking with Gabe is like talking to our buds.
Only if he could see us,
he would not
sadly disappointed. He would not talk to us because Tommy and I are both wearing Merry Christmas hats with antlers.
Well, and he'll be able to see later on.
He'll be able to see it later, but like I doubt anybody would be like, I'm not going to sit and talk to those guys.
Well, I can guarantee nobody would really want to sit and talk to you. I mean, I have to.
A lot of the times I'm not going to make fun of Tommy today. But you go right for it.
I never wake up with that. I just look at you and I'm like, that's it. I'm gunning for him. But
well, thanks for coming on the show, Gabe. Yes, please continue to share the photos, and we want to have fish stories, so we'll put them on the blog. The blog works the same way. You just where you caught the fish, the bait you used, and then the photo. Yeah. And then you could say you're a blogger. Yeah. You are an article writer.
Yeah, you wrote an article. You're on a website. You've been on a radio show. I mean, let's be honest, Gabe. You're kind of a big deal now.
Yeah,
so you kind of became famous. I mean, you can tell your nephew, who's up in Idaho, be like, hey, guess what?
You caught that fish and you won that contest, but guess what happened to me?
I'm famous and I'm on the radio now, so fair trade.
Well, thanks for having me, guys, and enjoy talking to you guys. And
we'll have you back on the show.
See you guys,
and we're gonna go visit you
guys.
Yeah, we're
right. Cool.
Exactly.
Anytime.